Welcome in. If you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you hit that like button. If you're watching on replay, make sure you say replay down in the chat below. I'm going to be doing some cross-listing, hanging out, answering some questions. So if you have any, feel free to leave them down in the chat. Even if you watch this on replay, if you have any questions, leave them down in the chat. I can answer them later. And we're going to set this up. And I'm going to hop over List Perfectly because I got a bunch of stuff I need to cross-list. Let's get everybody welcome in, welcome in. I gotta delete this one. What's up, Elliot? Gotta delete that one because that one already sold. I listed my 30 items today, and I listed 30 on Sunday, I think. So I gotta cross list all of them, but one of the 30 sold that I listed today, so that's a good sign. What's up, Bobby? Any good Cyber Monday deals for shipping materials you're aware of? Yes. I would promote it on this live, but I can't. So if you come tomorrow, I can promote it. I actually just reached out to a company that has really good shipping supplies, and I am in the talks with them, and they already accepted my request. So I'm waiting for a couple things to get worked out, and then probably tomorrow morning here on TikTok, I'll be promoting their product. So it's a really, really good deal for poly mailers. So yeah, about to fall victim to Cyber Monday sales. Yeah, I haven't looked at any, to be honest. I haven't really been. I let Kayla do all that. She takes care of all the kids' presents and all that stuff, so that's her thing. She's already bought like hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. I just, pay the credit cards off and when they come in, What's up, Lily? So let me know. Let me know your Cyber Monday deals. Leave them in the chat. What was your best Cyber Monday deal that you found out there? So maybe some other people can go pick up some good deals. But for me, I don't know any because I didn't pick any up. I need to move this out of the way a little bit. Let me see if I can move my thermal printer over and move you guys over. And then that way I can see my entire screen. I gotta edit some listings first before we do any cross-listing. There we go, that's much better. That is much better. Good. Boom, boom, boom. Update. I found your channel after seeing your video about red, white, and blue thrift in Bradenton. Love that place. Yes, it is a really good place. I go to that one, and I also go to the. I mainly go to the one in right before you get to Tampa. I think they call it the Hillsborough store. I think is what they call it. But we go to that one off Hillsborough. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Let me know how your sales were today as you guys are hopping in. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the chat. Today's going to be kind of like a chill stream. I just got to do some cross listings. I figured to hop on and hang out with you guys for like 30, 45 minutes while I cross list. I didn't buy anything. Did buy my kiddo a MetaQuest 3 last night. $1,025. Holy cow. You love your kids because you buy your kids some crazy stuff. My parents never spent that amount of money on me. You are... Yeah, from that Jurassic Park t-shirt to that medical, holy cow. That's insane. New Year, who are you? I'm your worst enemy. One sale on Tucket XL. Yeah, my sales have been slow today except for that one I got on Mercari. I'm doing good. How are you, Second Chance? Appreciate the heart, me. When I found a Kuji in the wild, $14.99 autumn, you lucky duck. I wish I could find a Kuji for that price. I always pay up for mine. We live in North Carolina, but we live in Sarasota for years. Nice. Yeah, that Sarasota store just opened recently. It's a really good one. The clear bags you have closed in your inventory, buyware, the shipping bags, buyware, those are both linked in my link tree, which is in my bio. I'm working with another company, and again, I'll have all those links in my bio probably tonight or tomorrow night. But it's a really, really good deal for the bags that I'm going to be promoting. So they're not like colorful bags, they're plain bags, and they're really good. But if you want to go right now, I have an Amazon link tree in my pin post on Facebook. Go to there and you can see all the products we use on a regular basis. What's up, Amy? He's an only child. Okay, I get it. I get it now. I'm going to put you as my wallpaper on my phone. That's so nice of you. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. You should see my wallpaper on my phone. This is my wallpaper. Hold on. I got to delete some of these notifications really quick so you can't see my notifications. That's my wallpaper. That's my child. I sent that to Kat. Do you provide measurements in your listings? I do in my descriptions. Yes. Yes. I made a TikTok on it, so excited. I've been looking for years. Awesome. I'll have to check it out. What's up, Desty? What's up, Desty? Prices are still low in Texas. Better get in the car, Wayne. I wish I could. I wish I could. Now is not the time of the year to travel, though. They tried flicking. No, my child was not flicking me off. She was flicking my sister off. I told her this is your only opportunity because Kat said something. She texted me something stupid. So I said, Emelina, I need you to do me a favor. And this is the only time you're allowed to do it. And I told her to flick her off, and I took a photo of it and I sent it to Kat, and then I kept it as my background. Um, how long do you wait? How long do you Polo Ralph Lauren Blake use Polo Ralph Lauren Blake's take to sell? Less than a month. It depends on the size, depends on the pattern. There's a lot listed, so make sure you're separating yourself out from the crowd with good photos, good titles, good descriptions, all that good stuff. Dude, eBay was wild today. I will clear 700 today. That's insane. My eBay has been absolutely dead today. I don't even know how many sales I've had today. I've had 3 total sales for $107. Yesterday I did 353. So yeah, it's been dead. And I did list 30 items today, so I don't know why it's so dead. But then again, I don't really have like Cyber Monday deals in my store. I didn't put my store on discount or anything like that. I just have you in my background, my phone, not your child. Damn it. You need to put her in there with the finger flicking you off. That's what you need. Do you enter each individual sale on whatnot in your spreadsheet? I do. Jason's come out with a new spreadsheet though. In 2020, the 2024 reseller spreadsheet has a specific section for whatnot that will not affect your other platforms' sales. So now I can finally keep track of like when people say like what's your sell-through rate and stuff like that on your store. I'll actually be able to keep up with it because this new spreadsheet has it separated. It's really good. So if you need a new spreadsheet, 2024, Jason revamped his. It's a really good one. I have that linked in my bio as well. You can purchase and you get a discount with code KWayShop. It's not Thanks Wayne 10 anymore. It's code KWayShop, and you'll get I think 10% off your purchase. Lacoste is selling well. If you watch my video from today, you'll see I sold a Lacoste shirt in like less than a week. Appreciate the wide eye Worcester, the hot dog, the glizzy. Appreciate you. So slow today. Yeah, mine have been slow too today. No schools here in Vermont today. 9 inches of snow. Holy cow! It's actually cold here in Florida. I'm actually wearing sweatpants right now. It's the first time this year I've actually been able to wear sweatpants. So that's crazy cold. Why do you even live there? That's horrible. Can you just rebuy the 2023 spreadsheet? He has I think the older spreadsheet is still there. What you can do is if you have the 2023 spreadsheet, you can just make a copy of it and just delete all your information. You can use it over and over again if you want to. But I always rebuy the new one every year because he always adds new details. For example, this year, the bin system, it used to be like, I think it was like 24 bins, and he upgraded it to like 50 something bins or like 70 something bins, and then you can add more. So for somebody like me, the old system didn't work because I couldn't add more bins in. Now we can just hit a button and add more bins. So there's so many new features with his new spreadsheet. So I always buy the new one every year. There's also creator spreadsheet too. So if you make content or you make money in a different form, you can buy the creator spreadsheet, and there's a spot to put in your like profits and loss from that stuff. How many times a year do you buy that spreadsheet? But you only buy it once, and it's a one-time charge. It's not like you have to buy every month. You got to pay $40 for the spreadsheet. No, it's one-time charge. I think there's a $39 version and a $49 version now. I bought a shirt that had Remington on the front and back from Goodwill. Is it well known? I have no clue. You have to look up the brand. To be honest, I don't think Remington is that great. Do you have an in-depth video of the spreadsheet? No. When you buy his spreadsheet, it comes with a YouTube video. He has an in-depth YouTube video. So when you buy the spreadsheet, it comes with a YouTube video. It'll teach you how to plug in all of your numbers. Come up north, it's a blazing 26 right now. Yeah, it is. It's 60 something outside today. It's cold. It's cold outside. Can't go outside. It's too cold. What do you do with the items that don't sell? Almost all my items sell. I'm buying at such cheap prices that I can keep discounting if I need to. But to be honest, most of the items I just leave listed and they eventually sell. I've got to the point now where I buy a lot of my inventory sells very quickly. I can also, if I need to, pull some items from eBay and sell them on Whatnot if I need to move them quick. I haven't had to really do that yet, but if I ever need to, I can do that. But yeah, if I wanted to, I said this morning and I'll say it again. If I wanted to, I can sell all of my inventory in the next week. If I just did 400 item whatnot shows and ran them for like 4 hours and just blew through all my inventory, I'd be able to sell all my inventory like right now. But I don't want to do that because obviously I'll be selling it for less than what it should really go for. 60 in Cali, that's pretty close to what it is here. 24 in Chicago, it's too cold. What's up, Casey? What's going on? Hopefully you guys having a good day. Good sales today. I think a lot of people are in the same, except for Desty. Desty's killing it with sales, but today my sales are pretty slow. Pretty slow. But we just listed 30 items today on eBay, and I got to cross list them before I go to bed. I'm probably going to go to bed early today because I basically went to bed at 2:30 last night and woke up at 7:30, so I'm pretty tired. Do you price at the bottom of comps? No. If you look at a lot of my listings, they're actually like mid or maybe a little bit higher than mid. Do you sell on Poshmark and Depop? I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and whatnot. Those 4 platforms: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, whatnot. Do you feel that running auctions on whatnot is better than just selling 99 cents on eBay? Yes. For us, yes. Because we have a pretty decent size following on whatnot, so we can move inventory very well. What's up, Kim? Live thrift this week? Yes, we're going live thrifting on Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Kayla, hopefully me and Kayla. If Joey's feeling okay, he's going to go to school on Wednesday. Tomorrow he has to stay home because he has to stay home a full day because he's got to get treatments all day. But when me and him took a I took a very tiny nap, but he took a nap on the couch next to me today, and he slept like a rock, and when he woke up, he was actually feeling a lot better. So hopefully when he wakes up in the morning after he's had 2 doses of the medicine he's on, he'll be completely fine, and then he'll go to school on Wednesday. I'm hoping. Do you feel that? I already answered that. When you're on eBay, do you have to pay for a shipping label? You can make buyer pay shipping, but then yes, you purchase your shipping label. If you give free shipping on eBay, people don't understand this. If you put free shipping on eBay, that doesn't mean eBay just hands you a free label and says, here. You're giving free shipping to the buyer and you're paying for the label. It's like a deal you're giving to the buyer. So if you charge shipping, you still got to pay for the label, but the buyer just paid you for the label, and now you're paying for the label from eBay. And in most cases, you're going to make profit on that label if you put it in correctly. So yes, you buy your shipping label on eBay. Hit 1,500 listings. My store has been on fire. Let's go. How do you do your taxes? Is everything write-offs? Talk to a tax advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. I don't give tax advice, but there's a lot of great tax advisors out there. There's also one here on TikTok. If somebody could tag her below, Carol Ann, that's who actually does my taxes for me. She's a really knowledgeable person, but when it comes to taxes, I don't really give advice because I'm not going to be held liable for giving bad advice. But talk to a tax advisor. They'll help you through all the deductions. There's many you can take. You can take deductions on the travel you take from your house to the post office, mileage, all that good stuff, the cost of your supplies, so on and so forth. Really basic stuff that most people know. But talk to a tax advisor. They'll be able to help you out with that. Carol Ann right there. Carol Ann, tax lady. How do you get buyers to pay for shipping label on returns? You put buyer pays return shipping on your bottom of your listing. It'll give you the option, and you put buyer pays return shipping. Daily refinement group has been helpful to me. I'm in their Discord group, but I never actually listened to their podcast. I just bought the Discord group, and I've listened to like 5 minutes of the first one. Found a new Pack Talk and Goodwill for $150, sold next day for $315. Good for you for paying up. Most people wouldn't pay up. Most people would be like, that's too expensive. It's Goodwill. They shouldn't be charging that much for something. And then you took the notion to spend that much money on it, which is great. I commend that because I like to pay up for items. If you saw my IG post today, I paid $50 for that shirt in my IG post, and I had people saying like that was too much to pay for that post or for that shirt. I don't believe it is because the shirt sold for $98 within less than a month. So I made profit on that shirt. That poor guy has been on antibiotics more than most. I know, he's always sick. They went to like a trampoline park on Saturday. He was already like coughing beforehand, but those trampoline parks, it's like Chuck E. Cheese. Every time you go to those places, your kids are sick for like a week afterwards. It's like they had fun for a day, but they're miserable for a week. So we try not to go to those places, but he was kind of forced into going to that place because that's the place they chose. So I hate taking kids to those places. Chuck E. Cheese. They had a squared to inbox, but I couldn't find any numbers on the model passes. I couldn't look it up. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to take the gamble, right? But maybe go home and try to figure out what it was so then you can go back and get it because I doubt other people will pay up for it. I bought Arc'teryx for $3, sold for 124. Let's go. That's awesome. I wish I could find the store I go to knows Arc'teryx, so they always price it up. But that's a really good sale. That's a really, really good sale. I refer to it as Chucky Sneeze. That's funny. I like that. I'm gonna call it. I'm using that from now on. I'm using that as mine. I'm gonna say I came up with that. But I thank you for that. Now I get to make a couple people laugh every now and then. It's pretty much what it is. See, kids just freaking get sick every time they go. When using List Perfectly, can you post any platform first, then Crosslist? Yes, that's exactly how I use it. I download my listings to List Perfectly. So here, let me show my screen really quick. This is what I'm working on in the background. I'm just editing the listings really quick. Let me show the screen over here too. I'm just editing the listings so they'll be ready to post to all the platforms. But all of these items were already listed to eBay. You can see right here, they were listed to eBay. So all I did was I came to eBay. Are they seeing this? No, they're not seeing this. I'll show it to you guys. I come to eBay, I list my items. So these items have been listed. Give it a second, give it a second. Now I can cross list them. So I just highlight them and I hit this button right here again once it loads. It's taking a second. Once it loads, and then I click this and I can copy to List Perfectly. And then once I copy to List Perfectly, then it'll show up like this. And now what I'm doing right now is I'm going through, and because it says $34.99, I'm just changing it to 35 even because on Mercari, well, it used to on Mercari bring it down to 34. Now it stays at $34.99, but I like whole numbers. So I just go through, I edit it really quick, make sure it's ready to go on all platforms, and then hit update, and now that one's ready to cross list. Easy peasy. And I'll do some cross listing here in a minute once I edit enough of these to get through it. What's up, Jared? Wayne, stop ignoring everything I'm saying. I see your eyes skim my comments. I do that on purpose. If you haven't noticed, I'm doing it on purpose. Or do you need to post a specific site first? Hold on. Oh, I got you. I already answered that. Will I jinx if I say there's been no helicopters in a while? You will jinx it. Don't say that. You're going to jinx it 100%. I won your giveaway today and then won another giveaway from the raid on Joel's auction. Let's go. Yep, your giveaway's right here. I haven't shipped it yet, but it'll be going out tomorrow. Shout out to you. I wanted to do that. Joel is good people and he runs good auctions. He runs really, really good stuff. And I got in there today and he only had 40 people, like 39 to 45 people, somewhere between those two numbers. And stuff was going so cheap. And I was like, he needs more people in here. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live. I'm going to give something away. I'm going to try to get as many people as I can. And that's what we did. And right afterwards, his items started going for good money. So I was like, he deserves that. He runs really good shows. His items, he inspects. He makes sure they're in really pristine condition. He wants to grow his whatnot, and he deserves to grow his whatnot. So I wanted to bring some people over here, give him some attention. And I also put a link in my Instagram too. So if you haven't followed Joel, you don't know what I'm talking about. There's a link in my Instagram stories that'll take you directly to his profile so you can follow him. Go follow him. He runs really, really good shows. Anytime you see him live, go over there and see what he has. There he is right there. Go follow him. He's right here. Yeah. Everybody's saying Joel's the best. Joel is good. He runs excellent shows. I get pretty much all my hats from Joel now. This hat I bought from Joel. The North Face hat I bought from Joel. Unfortunately, he let me down today. He didn't have any hats. And, I was about to not raid him just for that one reason. I was like, do I raid him? But he doesn't have any hats today. Nobody's going to stay in his show if he has no hats. And yeah, but I still rated him anyway. Thanks for sending us. I bought a Ralph Lauren Blast. Love it. Nice. Let's go. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys going over there and supporting him too. That was cool. That was cool to be able to do. I like being able to do that. What's good pay for employees? That's a good question. I missed a couple over here, so let me get to them. Good pay for employees, it depends on how much you can afford to pay them. I answer this on Nashville Flippers podcast. By the way, if you guys didn't listen to that podcast, go listen to it. It's out right now on YouTube. It'll be out on all platforms here pretty soon. But you can pay them what you can afford to pay them. So if you can't afford to hire like really good help, like we have really good help with my mother-in-law. you can't afford to hire really good help, hire like a kid down the street. That's what I explained on our podcast yesterday. And you can pay them per listing. So you can pay them like 50 cents or $1 per listing. And if they do 20 listings in a day, you give them $20. That's a really good like starter job for like a younger teenager or something like that. So that's what I would suggest first. I wouldn't suggest do what we did because we did what we did because we were in the position to do it. What's the name? What was the name of Know It to List It person you mentioned from YouTube? His name is Jake. Know It to List It. I think his name now is The Real Jake or something like that on YouTube. He's really good. He stopped making content though. He was doing really good content like Plato's content and stuff like that for a while, but he stopped doing it. Hey, appreciate all the buried people in the chat. Buried's in the house. Specifically for K-Way next time. There we go. Appreciate the heart me. Appreciate the roses. If I can only find used comps on eBay for an item that I have new with tags, how much should I charge up? Just starting on eBay only, 90s Carhartt denim shirt. I would list obviously higher than the pre-owned comps. Maybe try to find similar items to it, like not exact comps, but something that's similar that's new with tags and see what those are selling for and price against that too. You don't have to find the exact item to price it. Yeah, you can find something very similar and price it against it. You have the most expensive, yes, I have the most expensive subscription to List Perfectly, and I pay for it too. So they don't give it to me for free, I actually pay for it. Autoposture gives me Autoposture for free, but List Perfectly, I have to pay for List Perfectly. Do you have the most, I already answered that. Are you live on Whatnot? No, I'm not live on Whatnot. I was live on Whatnot earlier. That's why you guys should always be looking out for when I do go live on Whatnot, because you never know what's going to happen. Like today, I literally went live on Whatnot, and I gave away a brand new tag Mountain Hardwear jacket, and this is the only thing we did. We literally just gave something away, and then we rated Joel. That's it. So anytime you see the notification that we go live, you never know what we're doing. You never know why we're doing what we're doing, so maybe you should be there. So don't just tap the notification to come in, because you never know what kind of surprises you're going to see, especially if it's not like a pre-planned live. If it's just a random live, you got to be there. What's up, Tokyo? Why both? You mean Autoposture and List Perfectly? Because Autoposture is not a cross-lister. List Perfectly is a cross-lister. List Perfectly also doesn't delist and relist and send out offers for you. Autoposture does. How do you calculate shipping fees? Like, how do you calculate how much you charge for shipping? If you don't know how to calculate shipping, how to charge for shipping, what you do is you list your item on eBay, and you put in the weight and dimensions of the item after you list it. Put in the box you're going to ship it in, put in the poly mailer you're going to ship it in, stick it on a scale, weigh it, measure the poly mailer, put that into your listing, charge it to the customer. You'll never make a mistake. You say you put on eBay first and then upload to List Perfectly. Yes, you download your listing on List Perfectly. They give you it gives you an extension. On the extension, it allows you to download the listing to List Perfectly, and then from there you can cross list it. I'm having issues finding my items to delete using Autoposture. Is there a trick? I'm having issues finding my items to delete. There should be a search bar. You have a search bar at the top, right? I haven't done any of this in a while, so let me see really quick. Let me see. You go to the inventory feature, and let it load for a second, and then I'll tell you exactly how to do it. I actually haven't looked at this. Yeah, you can type in, there's a search bar at the very top. So if you type in, let's say, Tommy Bahama, hit enter, it's going to bring up all of your Tommy Bahama shirts in your inventory. So yeah, this is exactly what it did. All my Tommy Bahama shirts are brought up in my inventory. I don't know why these are not showing. It's probably because my internet just lagged out, but yeah, all your Tommy Bahama shirts are right there. So then you can pull them from there. Let me refresh this. Hopefully it works. If not, I'm going to have to reach out to her and make sure that she knows that the pictures aren't loading for some listings. Yeah, it's not loading for some listings. I'll have to reach out to her and let her know that it's not loading. It just says what the item is. Not really that big of a deal because it's still all the same item. But yeah, you would just type in Tommy Bahama, it would fill it out, and then you can go through and delete it. Sometimes you don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, ever. Yeah, it brings up so much. Mine just brought up Tommy Bahamas. It just brought up all my Tommy Bahamas that I have listed. That's it. So I don't know. Does it have to be eBay first? No, you can actually list. List Perfectly actually tells you to list on List Perfectly. Like actually do your listing on List Perfectly and then cross list it from there because it'll cross list better. The reason I do it on eBay first is because eBay is where I sell most of my items. So I want to make sure my eBay listings are perfect before I cross list them because eBay is where I make my money. Yeah. Do you have a dedicated room for Whatnot live videos? This room right here. This is. By the way, I don't live in a massive house. I think a lot of people think I live in a massive house. I think my square footage in my house is like 1,200 square feet. And I have a one-car garage where I store all my inventory. I don't live in a massive house. I run everything out of this room right here. This room is where I run everything out of. This little square room. So you don't need a lot of space. And if you saw the video today, over the weekend we hit a 250,000 in sales. So I've done a 250,000 in sales out of this little space and then the garage too, where I store my inventory. And I do have a storage unit where I store items that aren't listed currently, but that's pretty much it. But this is where our dedicated space is. We just set up the lives right here. We move some stuff around and we do lives from right here. When will the inventory feature be available for everyone? I'll reach out to her today. I'll let her know that some of the listings, the photos are not working, and she'll probably fix it within like an hour because that's what she does. And then I'll ask her when the new inventory feature. I bet you it's because I haven't synced my inventory in a while. Let me sync my inventory really quick. I guess because I have so many kinds of kids' clothes, that's why I need to be able to narrow the search. Yeah, what are you searching? Kim? Are you just searching like kids' clothes? Are all your items listed like kids' clothes, kids' clothes, kids' clothes? Like you don't have like brands or anything like that? You can also just sync your inventory too. If you've already pulled it from eBay, you can just sync your inventory and it'll tell you which ones that don't have the items listed Poshmark or just listed on Poshmark or Mercari and all the other ones. Some have brands. Yeah, I just search the brand if they have brands. I'm just starting up. Which plan do you recommend? Still the 69 per month. It depends on how much you cross list. Each plan has a breakdown of the plan and what you get with the plan. Purchase the plan that is best for you. I also have a link in my bio. If you sign up to the link, you get 30% off your first month. So use whatever plan you like. Use it for a month. See how well it works, and you can always upgrade from there. I would always start lower and then upgrade, not go high and then downgrade. Yeah. Just got a top seller on eBay. Let's go. You're so helpful. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the questions. Feel free to ask any questions if you guys have any. We're just hanging out. I'm doing some cross listing. Oh, I'm going to try to. Right now, I still got to edit all the listings that I put up today. So feel free to ask any questions. But yeah, Christina, I'll reach out to her today and see what she says about the inventory feature for everybody. I thought it was already out for everybody, but I guess it's not. I'm always in here bugging you. Trust me, you're not bugging me. If you were bugging me, I would end the live and I would just cross list by myself. You're not bugging me. Nobody bugs me. You guys can ask the same questions. That's what we talked about in yesterday's Nashville Flippers podcast. You guys can ask the same questions over and over again, and it doesn't bother me. I'll probably get somebody in here within the next 15 minutes and ask me if I wash clothing or do I sell it pre-owned without washing it. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It makes me look smarter, actually, because I know exactly how to answer the question real quick, and they're like, wow, you're really smart. I'm like, yeah, because I've answered that question like 400 times. Have yet to get the upgraded inventory thing? Okay. Let me DM her right now, actually. Before I forget, I'm going to DM her right now. Do you know when everyone is going to get the inventory feature? Question mark. Okay, sent. See if she responds on live. Is Eaton a good brand? Eaton. They used to be really good. I only pick up like the solid white or solid black dress shirts if they're over $5. If they're $5 or under, I'll pretty much pick up every one of them because they sell for like 20 to 25 plus ship. What's the best way to take pictures of your items? We use light boxes. Surf's Up. He doesn't use any light boxes. He just takes his photos in a well-lit area of his house. You don't need all this stuff. Like my business paid for all this stuff that you see behind me. So I would say just look for a well-lit area in your house, or you can even go outside. If you have like if you have an open area in the front of your lawn, take a white sheet with you, lay it out, and just snap your photos there. And that's the best light you can actually get is natural light. But yeah, just take quality photos wherever you can. Surfs literally goes in his kitchen. He has a spot in his kitchen next to his like island, and he just takes his photos right there. Don't need a huge setup. Cat bugs you? Damn right she does. She's annoying. Oh, you mean Kit Kat? No, Kit Kat doesn't bother me. I thought you were talking about my sister. My sister bothers me all the time. Kit Kat doesn't bother me. Although she's starting to get on. No, I'm just kidding. Same questions allowed. How did you erect the light box? That question is not allowed. What brands sell best? Yeah, that's another one. Sold an alpaca sweater for 50, bought for $1. Let's go. Do you wash your clothes first? Only if they have stains or bad smells. You already know. We always learn so much from y'all. Thanks. Appreciate you guys always hanging out in the chat. I really, really do. Yeah, like we talked about, go watch the Nashville Flippers podcast. Like a lot of people don't understand how I've grown a following like I have, and it's this. Like this is how you grow a following. I just don't understand how people don't understand it. Yeah, like there's the big dogs. There's the people that make videos strictly for views, and you guys see it. You know who I'm talking about. There's people out there that just make a video strictly for views. I put a hook in the beginning, and then I make the rest of the video all about a learning experience. It's pretty much what I do on 99.9% of my videos. And then I come on live and I just hang out and answer questions. Like this is how you grow a following. This is the easiest way. Once you bring your clothing home, do you wash it and then put it in a bin? See, Jessica, I knew that question was coming. I literally called it, and I like it. So we only wash items with stains or bad smells. That's the only time we wash items. Typically, when we're going to thrift stores, before we leave, we condition check everything, and we try to make sure there's no holes, no stains, no bad smells before we buy the item. Then when we get it home, we take photos of it, we process it, take photos, do the listing, and then we store it out in my garage. You can watch videos here on TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, and you can see my like my previous 2 videos ago, you can see how I do my whole setup in my garage, like how we do our bin system and everything. That's how we store items. As soon as it sells, we grab it from the bins, we ship it out. Get it in, get it done. When I'm going to come hang out soon, I have a surprise. If it has anything to do with the Jacksonville Jaguars, I do not want it. I don't want it. Just keep it there. If it has anything to do, if it has a Jaguar on it, or it resembles a Jaguar, I don't want it. So, yeah. I missed a bunch of comments. Hold on. Wayne, watch it. Wayne says you don't annoy him. Yeah, you don't annoy me. You have to really, really try hard to annoy me. Picked up a pair of Tom Ford jeans today. Any idea what to listen for? I've never found Tom Ford ever thrifting. Tom Ford is really high-end, like niche brand. I would try to look up comps the best you can. You're probably not going to find a very similar comp to yours. But Tom Ford is really high end. I think Dustin found a bunch of Tom Ford. He sold it really quick. Bold North flips. I've never found Tom Ford in my life. So look him up. That's all I can say. Do you suggest auction or buy it now? I do everything buy it now, best offer. I'd never suggest auctions on eBay anymore. eBay auctions are like an old school mentality. I always put everything buy it now, best offer. What is the inventory thing you were talking about? It's Autoposher. Autoposher sends out offers for you. Shares your Poshmark closet. It relists on all eBay, Poshmark, Mercari for you. And then it also has a new inventory feature where you can actually, here, I'll show my screen really quick. You can actually go through and see where items are listed. If you guys want to see this over on TikTok, go to Facebook or YouTube really quick. So this is all my listed inventory. This is what I'm going to talk to her about. Some of the images aren't popping up, so she'll have to work on that. I think it might just be my computer, because now that some of them are popping up, some of them aren't. But this goes through and it shows you where your items are listed. So if this, for example, let's say this line right here, this was blank, that means it probably sold over on Poshmark. So what I would do to delist it is just hit delete listings, and they would delete them from all platforms for me. So it's a way to check your inventory. You download your inventory, you sync your inventory, and then you can go through and you can make sure everything's listed to all platforms. It's a really cool feature. And like I said, if you go through this, you go through not the inventory, sorry. You go through the dashboard. So today I've had 3,400 shares on Poshmark. I've had 79 party shares, 22 offers sent, 50 eBay offers sent, 13 Mercari offers sent. And here's all my relists right here for eBay and Mercari. And I also have, I have 0 relists on Poshmark. So maybe Poshmark is, I gotta check that. Maybe I don't have the setting correctly. I might have turned that off. But anyways, relists are working right here. So this is all that it does for me every single day. And I don't have to touch any of it. I've shared 3,488 items now, and I haven't had to touch my screen. So I highly suggest Autoposher. It's 35 a month for all those features, and if you use my code, you get it 30 bucks for your first month. It's definitely better than anything Titans related. No, it can't be. It can't be. What if people want to return the item? I allow them to return it. It's cost of business. It's a cost of business to allow your customers to return your stuff. Woolrich is a good brand. I normally pick up Woolrich if it's made of like 100% wool or if it's like a heavy flannel, but it's got to be cheap. It's got to be cheap. I just signed up using your code. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. That does give me a kickback too, so it does help the channel, and it gives you a discount. So you literally get a discount and helps me out. So appreciate you. Do you sell shoes? I do sell shoes. If you go to my eBay store, I have shoes listed. We also give away shoes on our Whatnot. Like all those new in box dunks, one lucky person on our Friday and probably Saturday show are going to be able to win a new in box pair of dunks. And on the Friday show, you win them absolutely free. You literally don't have to buy anything. So go bookmark our Whatnot show on Friday. And also, if you haven't signed up, there's a $15 code in my bio. So you get $15 for free, and there's a possibility you can win multiple items for free. We're going to give away Barefoot Dreams. We're going to give away new in box Nikes. We're going to give away a bunch of like little Christmas goodies. Probably some new clothing. I think we have a couple pieces like laid off to the side that we're going to give away, all on our Friday Whatnot show. It's literally just a giveaway show. We're not selling anything except if you want to buy some merch from the Buy It Now. That's it. But yeah, it's all free stuff. So go bookmark that show. Go come hang out. Get your $15 link in bio, which also helps the channel out too. So appreciate you. You get $15 for free, and it helps me out too. So go do all that good stuff. I've sent your garage bin video. But once something sells to you, so we'll use those clear bins. So when the clear bins start getting lower, I'll pull that bin and I'll reload it. That's what we do. His code is Surfs Up Finds. Yeah, you can use Surfs code. I don't care. Do I have to download Whatnot? You can do it on your computer. So you can go through the link in my bio and you can sign up. You don't have to download the app. You can watch Whatnots through your computer if you want to. What's up, Felix? I probably missed some questions. So what's up, Mayor Bear? If you guys have any questions I missed, feel free to retype them down in the comments if I missed them. He cares, don't fall for it. I don't really care, to be honest. Shout out Surfs. He deserves some free money. How long have you been doing this? How did you get started? Go watch the Nashville Flippers first podcast with me, and that question will be answered, but I'll answer it right here anyway. I'd appreciate if you guys, after this live, go to the Nashville Flippers podcast I just did yesterday. Go give it a like, watch it, type in the chat, K-Way sent me, something like that. Like, push that live. I'd love to see that live like blow up. That'd be really cool. And it supports them too. It doesn't support me. I don't make any money off of it. It's just a cool way to like show like the community came out to support. So, but I started reselling back in 2018. My first sale was like, I think it was September 19th of 2018. I was working at the post office and I was looking for a way to make extra income. I thought it was going to be stocks, and I decided to go. I started doing stocks, and stocks weren't really working out. If you look at the stock market in 2018, it was like stagnant. Nothing was happening. So then I fell into the YouTube rabbit hole. I stumbled across a couple named Rally Roots who was reselling, and just like most people, I was like, this stuff doesn't sell. It's from thrift stores. Like, who's buying used clothing? So I watched all their videos and it started to make sense, and I went and tried it myself and it worked. I sold a couple items and I was hooked after that, and ever since then I've been reselling. Would you recommend Autoposher or List Perfectly? I know they do two different things. Autoposher or List Perfectly. So I would recommend both because I use both. So that's a hard question. I would recommend Autoposher to, if you have Poshmark, it shares your closet. It relists on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and Depop as well. And it sends out offers on all of those. So it does multiple things for you, and now it has that new inventory feature. List Perfectly cross-lists for you. So it gets those items to the multiple platforms for Autoposher to do its thing. So you need both. But Autoposher is, within the next few months, going to come out with a cross-lister. So at that point, you just need that one program. But for now, you still need two to cross-list. They're on. It's on YouTube. The full interview is on YouTube. They're on TikTok too, the Nashville Flippers. So go follow them on all platforms. But it's on YouTube. So go support them. Go give them a subscription on YouTube, and leave a comment. You got me hooked. Yeah. Or you got me hooked. Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, Woolrich is a good brand. We normally pick up heavy flannels if they're really cheap, like I'm talking $3 to $4, and I normally sell them for like 17.99 to $20 plus shipping. Or if it's 100% Woolrich piece, like for example, on our Whatnot auction this last weekend, we sold 100% Woolrich trench coat. That was a really, really good piece. Those typically go for like around $60 to $100 depending on size and how much wool they're made out of. If they're 100% or if they're like 70% and like 30% polyester. But yeah, anything Woolrich with wool in it is really good. I take photos. I take my photos in the hall of my storage unit under lights. It's good. If you get good photos from that, keep doing that. You don't need this behind me. You really don't. You may not be able to answer this. eBay charged the customer for the label, but I print from pirate ship, which is usually cheaper. Am I better off for taxes keeping track of the label from eBay? No, pirate ship keeps track of all your purchases right there on pirate ship. So at the end of the year, you just take what you paid on pirate ship, and that's your cost of your shipping labels. You may have cost of shipping labels on eBay and pirate ship. You would use both of those for your cost for your labels. It's a cost for your business, and that's a write-off. So yeah, if it's cheaper, use pirate ship if you want to, and get a cheaper label. But again, pirate ship keeps track of all your purchases. I think there's even like a form at the end of the year that you can just print, and it gives you all of your labels that you purchased through the year. I just keep track of it on my spreadsheet. How do you handle a bought paid for items and customer wants to cancel the transaction? I cancel the transaction. If they want to cancel it, let them cancel it. If it sells once, it'll sell twice. So that's my motto. If it sells once, it'll sell twice. Skincare routine. I talked to Trisha. She sent Trisha's bringing me more skincare products, is what she said. That's what Trisha said. She's bringing me gifts. It's got to be skincare products. Missed your live this morning. How were your sales over the weekend? 33 sales on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, I believe. So we had a good weekend. And then we had the Black Friday show on Friday. I didn't ship any of that on Saturday, so we shipped it all Sunday and then the rest this morning. And we had I think it was 106 sales on Whatnot. Hold on. I'll be able to tell in a second. Actually, I hope that they actually scanned them in, so I might not be able to see exactly how many orders I had. Orders. Shipments. They probably shipped. Yeah, I got one pending shipment, which is actually shipped. Black Friday show. Black Friday show. I had a total of 232 items sold, but I don't know how many items shipped. It doesn't give me that. It probably has a way for me to see that, but 232 items sold on the Whatnot show. Sold 15K last year and didn't do taxes. I'm going to jail. Yes, and I'm reporting you right now. No, you should be fine. I always suggest to report your earnings, but you'll probably be fine. Talk to a tax advisor. They'll be able to help you out with that. If someone just getting started, what's the top 3 sites that you recommend to start selling? eBay first. I went to eBay first. That's where you're going to see most of your sales. And then probably Poshmark and Mercari. The 3 that I sell on: eBay, Poshmark, and then Mercari. And I would start at one first. I wouldn't start all 3 at the same time. Learn one first, then learn the second, then learn the third, because each platform has different things you have to do. And while you're trying to learn them, you should be watching YouTube videos, all kinds of tutorials on each platform. So, what are some brands you are dropping that you used to pick up? What are some brands I'm dropping that I used to pick up? Oh, that's a good question. What are some brands I'm dropping that I used to pick up? When I first started, Tommy Hilfiger was actually selling, and nobody picks up Tommy Hilfiger anymore. I have to think about that. Let me think about that for a minute. I'm done grabbing Woolrich. You can grab Woolrich. It'll still move. What's up? What's up, my favorite cashiers in the chat? What's up? We'll see you on Wednesday. We haven't seen you in 3 weeks. You've been doing other things, management things, I think. But yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday. We'll be there. Appreciate you stopping by. Yes, jail. Yeah, you're going right to jail. By the way, Carol Ann's in the chat. She's a tax advisor. She'll tell you face if you're going to jail. Brands I used to pick up. Drop them some in the chat if you know some that you used to pick up that you don't pick up anymore. I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank. Drawing a blank. I don't really pick up too many Levi's. I used to pick up Levi's when I first started. I don't really know. Do you think high number feedback is important? Not really. Lucky Brand, yeah, Lucky Brand's a good one. Under Armour, you can still pick up Under Armour and move it, but Under Armour is a little bit harder. Oh, there's some good ones in the chat. There we go. You're working inside? Okay. Well, you should say hi. You know where we are. You just have to walk up and say hi, you know? I see Tommy everywhere. I pick up Tommy Bahama, but only the Hawaiian shirts. I don't pick up the polos. I guess that's something I used to pick up that I don't pick up anymore, is like the Tommy Bahama polos. If I cross list through list perfectly, can I make edits on? Yes, you can. You can make edits. It's not an app, by the way. It's a website, and you can use it from anything. You use it from your phone, but it's a web-based program. But yeah, you can edit the item after you download it. That's pretty much what I'm doing in the background right now. FootJoy, yes, FootJoy is a good one too. I used to pick up FootJoy polos. I don't pick up FootJoys FootJoy Pink, Thomas Pink. I don't think I ever pick up Thomas Pink. Another one is what's the name of it? I don't ever pick it up anymore. That's why I can't remember the name. Carol Ann's page. Carol Ann, the tax lady. Hold on. Did she say something in the chat? Carol Ann, are you here? Just say something. Just say hi. I'm Carol Ann. Nice to meet you. Yeah, Carol Ann the Tax Lady is here. That's her name on TikTok, is Carol Ann the Tax Lady. I don't think she has a Facebook page or a YouTube channel. Live Thrift on Wednesday, yes. Live Thrift on Wednesday, and this is the cashier that we normally check out with. Here, I'll pin her cat emojis. That's the cashier right there. People from the thrift store follow us, and we're completely okay with it. That's fine with me. I rarely pick up Pink anymore. I think I barely picked up Pink in the beginning when I started selling. Travis Matthew doesn't sell well in the summer anymore. Yeah, it doesn't sell for as much as it used to, but I do still sell Travis Matthews. If you pick up ones with good patterns, they'll still move, but they have to be ones with good patterns. PGA, I never picked up PGA. Never ever. Spider, yes. Spider's another one that I think everybody was picking up like 4 years ago. But then it ended up going into Costco, and now it's something that you don't pick up anymore. She's going to price up what you want to pick up. No, they're really good at that store. That store, they have to sell their merchandise. If they price them up to where we're selling them at, they'll never move them, and then they have to discount them. And I know they move their prices up in some cases, and I know they watch the videos because they always mention that they watch the videos and they follow, which is cool. But I noticed that the prices will go up on some items, and they sit for them on the shelves, and then they have to price them lower because they have to move them. They're not selling online; they're selling in the store. So it's completely fine with me if they want to. Loft, Sean John, Anthropology, yes, most Anthropology is a pass. What do you buy in vintage? I don't really buy too many vintage pieces, to be honest. I'm not like a vintage t-shirt boy. I don't go to the vintage t-shirt section. I don't go to t-shirts hardly at all. So I don't really pick up too much vintage. When I pick up vintage, it's in the normal racks like that. The video I put out today, Joanne, if you didn't see it yet, go watch the reel I put out today. Picked up a vintage LL Bean Russell collab crew neck t-shirt that's vintage. It's made in the USA, and those go for like 40 to 50 bucks. That's something I'll pick up. Beta brand's becoming harder to sell. I agree with that. I agree. How do you get started with bins and organizing in your garage? How did you get started with bins and organizing? Like, how did I come up with the idea? I saw other resellers doing it in their videos. So that's how I got started on it. And it's a really simple system. I used to work at Target. It's a very similar system to the back room in Target. You're literally just taking the items, except Target didn't really have an order to it. You just shoved everything you could into a bin and you scanned them in. This is kind of like it's similar to that. You just have a bin and you have your SKUs and you put your items into your bins with your SKUs. So A12 would be in bin A and it's number 12. A13 would be right on top of A12, all in order. So a lot of people don't put them in order either. They just throw them in. There's Caroline right there. A lot of people just throw them in. I put everything in order. So I know that if I'm looking for A10 and A11 is right on top, I know A10 is going to be just below that. So makes it easy. Patagonia still good? Absolutely. I love selling Patagonia. Do you ever see Affliction jeans? If I ever do, I pick them up usually. They're good sellers. Affliction jeans and Affliction shirts sell very, very well and very fast. What's a good price for Mott and Bow jeans? For men's, actually they have women's Mott and Bow jeans too. I just learned that recently. I try to pay $10 or less, and I sell them for 30 plus shipping. So I'm okay making like a $15 profit after all fees, shipping, cost of goods on those. Especially if I'm paying 10, I want to make about 15. Miss Me is another one that Goodwill started pricing up crazy, and they had a period of time where they were hot, but now they're not selling as well unless you find bigger sizes. Like something under a size 30 is typically a harder sell. If it's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, those are really good sizes to sell, and I'll typically still pay up for those because those will still sell for like 30 to 35 plus ship depending on the pattern. Um, when you promote listings, I heard you say before at 5%. Did you come up with that number? I was doing it at 3% for a while, but I get a lot of traffic to my store, and I think it does hurt my numbers when I get a lot of people like going to my store and like looking at my listings and seeing how I list items. They're clicking on them, but they're not buying them. So eBay sees that as a potential customer that didn't like my item and now they're going somewhere else. So I feel like if I promote a little bit higher, that might offset that a little bit. So that's why I started doing that. But I don't suggest it for people that don't have a social media following. Just do like, I would always suggest doing 3% because everybody does 2% because that's the least you can do. So if you want to separate yourself out from the crowd, just do 1 more percent, and it's not really that much extra to promote 1 more percent. I have to watch J. Crew. It's not outlet. Dots on the tag, right? Yeah, we don't typically pick up J. Crew unless it's new with tags. Unless it's like high-end J. Crew pieces made with like cashmere or like men's suits. The men's J. Crew suits sell really well. Found a Marmot pullover today, but extra small too high at $12.99. Yeah, I would have probably passed on that at $12.99. Extra smalls are really hard to move, men's and women's. I also saw a lot of clothing, but I was excited to buy a $4 hot dogger jacket sold for $129 and a $4 Levi's Simpson blinky sweatshirt sold for $70. Let's go. That's awesome, Kathy. Those are good sales. I would have probably passed on those too. I probably would have had to look them up. They sound like they're a very like weird item that probably would have made me stop and think like I probably should look these up. My Goodwill priced them at $24.99. Yeah, they probably never sell and they probably end up at the bins. Do you and your wife buy, take images, organize, post, sell, track, and ship all by yourselves? We have one helper, and that's my mother-in-law. She helps us out with doing listings and taking photos. But like last week, she was sick all week, so we had to do everything by ourselves. And then Joey was sick part of the week too, so I was pretty much doing everything by myself. And by the way, you don't need any like help or employees or anything like that to grow the business. For the first 2 years, I did this all myself. No Kayla. She didn't want to have anything to do with the business, so it was literally just 2.5 years I did all myself. And the first year, I did like 40 or 50K in sales. The second year, I did over 100K in sales. So you can do that too. Anybody in the chat. And I worked on my business for like 2 to 4 hours every single night. I didn't watch TV. I just worked on the business. And then on my days off, I'd go sourcing. That's my routine every single week for like 2.5 years. I was really dedicated to making it grow because I liked it. So this was like my hobby. So anybody can do it. So the people that say like, I can't grow my business, you have employees, it's not fair. Yeah, well, you can grow your business just like I did. There's no excuses. Except if you're Felix, you have a lot of excuses. Good old days when you could do 1%. I never even did 1%. I always did 2%. I think I always did 3% actually. Do you have a minimum amount you're trying to make? I don't know about buying $5 to sell for 20. $5 to sell for 20 is a $10 profit after fee, shipping, cost of goods, Steven. So you're telling me if you walked down the street and somebody said, "I'll give you this $10, but you have to wait a week to get it," you would say no. You would be like, "Nah, that's $10. I'm not worried about it." And then let's say there's multiple $10. So if you go to a thrift store and there's like 20 of those shirts sitting on the racks, and you're like, "I'm gonna pass those because they're $10, but there's 20 of them." That's $200 that you're passing up. That could potentially sell normally the $10 items sell within 2 months for us. That's somewhere between when we list it and 2 months. So in 2 months, you wouldn't take $200 for minimum work. I don't know a lot of people that would be like, no, I'm not going to take that, especially in this economy. The only time we wash items if they have stains or bad smells. And shout out Surf's Up Finds because he's the one who really taught me about that $10 thing. Started doing it with Polo Ralph Lauren, and I didn't trust what he was saying at first. I was like, this guy's telling me to pick up Polo Ralph Lauren. I pass on it all the time. And then I went to his store and I literally saw Polo Ralph Lauren sale, Polo Ralph Lauren sale, Polo Ralph Lauren sale, all in one day. I was like, damn, he's selling the crap out of these Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. And then I started going through all of his listings. And I was like, he sells a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren. So yeah, I wonder how many Polo Ralph Lauren shirts I've sold this year. Let's see. All I have to do is type in Ralph on my spreadsheet, and we can see how many Polo Ralph Lauren items I've sold. Command F, Ralph. I've sold 378 Polo Ralph Lauren items this year. And I just started selling them and focusing on selling them in, like, I would say when I met Surf. So it was probably like June-ish. So probably like half of this year. I've already sold 378. So just imagine if that was $10 profits on all of those items. That's $3,780. And a lot of them are more than $10 profits. So yeah, that's pretty crazy stat. I wonder how many Tommies I've sold. Let me see. Tommy Bahamas, 358 Tommy Bahamas, another brand that people pass up all the time that I typically make about a $10 profit on every single time I sell them. So, just bread and butter. Bread and butter sales. You can't pass up the bread and butter. Oops. I can't look up average price. There's no way to look that up on brands on Jason's spreadsheet. I promote everything at 5%. How many hours a week do you legitimately work? Do you ever leave to go on vacation? Yes, you can leave to go on vacation at any time. That's a great thing about being your own boss. So I can put all my stores on vacation mode. It's just literally a button I press and I say I want to be on vacation from this date to this date, and I can take a vacation. I don't have to ask my boss like, hey, sir, can I have the week after Christmas off? Like at the post office, that would be an automatic no. But like that's a block out date. You're not allowed to take off from like Thanksgiving till January like 7th or something like that. Those are all block out dates. There's only certain people that can have those days off. And I was never one of those people. So you just put your store on vacation mode. How many hours a week do I work? If it was just reselling related, like no social media, I probably only legitimately work 40 hours a week. But because I do social media and I'm doing this like right now, technically I'm working, but I'm not really working on reselling right now. I probably work like 60 or 70 hours a week, but I'd rather work 60 to 70 hours a week on something that I own and not work 60, 70 hours a week on somebody else's business making them rich. And a lot of people will be like, I'd rather work 40 hours a week. Well, cool. Go work your 40 hours a week. I'd rather work 70 hours for myself any day of the week. Ralph Lauren is bread and butter. What's the most you spend on a long sleeve Ralph? I normally pick them up for $5. Surf's Up method is pick them up for $5, 5 or under, and sell them for $17.99 to $22.99 plus ship, depending on the pattern, size, and all that good stuff. You selling Poshmark? Was looking at your page. Yes, Way K Shop, not K-Way Shop. I did have K-Way Shop, but my email that I signed up with got hacked, and I could never get back in. So it's Way K Shop. Don't tell Surfs he'll want to cut. Surfs is my buddy. By the way, me and Surf should be doing a live this Thursday together again. So make sure you hop over. It's just on Facebook and YouTube for all you people on Facebook and YouTube. Just sold a Ralph Lauren rugby style shirt, paid $7, sold for $40 plus ship. Easy money. Sorry, what's the 2 to 3% discussion again? It is promoted listings. Promoted listings on eBay. Do you have a manual? Put the 5%, or can you do it auto set on eBay? You can auto set it. If you go to eBay and you go to your marketing and advertising dashboard, the advertising dashboard all the way at the bottom, you can set your advertising rate to a certain rate for all of your listings, and whenever they get relisted, they will automatically relist at that certain rate. So all mine get promoted at 5%. What's the brand of jacket that you mentioned the other day that could sell for $500 to $1,000? I don't know. $500 to $1,000. What jacket did I say? I don't remember. Maybe somebody in chat will remember. I'm taking notes for all the brands to look for, going through things soon, fairly new. Yeah, if you want to learn the brands, Linktree link in my bio has my eBay store. You can see what I have listed and sold for the last 90 days. Willis & Geiger. I don't know if I said Willis & Geiger can sell for $1,000. Oh yeah, I did. There is Willis & Geiger jackets that do sell for $1,000. I think they're the fur line jackets. Geiger jacket, leather. Let's go to sold. I'm gonna look them up right now because I haven't looked these up in a while. How do I filter highest first? Yeah, there's not one for 1,000. I think these used to sell for 1,000. They're pretty up there. There's a Wilson Geiger jacket right there. Hold on, you're gonna see this page. Wilson Geiger. It's a brand most of you probably would pass on. This one's brand new, obviously, and I think this person probably could have got 1,000 for it because the chance of finding one of these brand new is like 0. But there's some right there: 370, 370, 350, 299, 299, 300. Wilson Geiger leather jackets. I wonder if I just put Willis and Geiger in. Oops. Willis and Geiger. And let's do short by highest first. There's one. It sold best offer. This one sold for 1,000. See, I wasn't lying. There's some that sell for 1,000. So there you go. It's a vintage brand. Yeah, it's a vintage brand that's no longer made anymore. So it's very, very rare to come by. I found my first Burberry jacket at Goodwill for $19.99, but my mom wants it for a Christmas present. Hey, at least you got your mom a good Christmas present for only $20. Look at the positives. Look at the positives. Shout out to mom. Give your mom a good gift. I found your videos in the middle of August, and I started sourcing and listing. I've made over 5,000 in profit so far, listing and learning brands I've never seen. Nice. Let's go. I'm gonna hide over there really quick because Kayla's walking around. Are you going to promote on Poshmark? No, I think Poshmark promotions they're pay-per-click. It's stupid. From what I understand, they're pay-per-click. Was the other jackets? Well, was there any other jackets that sell for quite? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of jackets, like leather jackets. High-end leather jacket brands can go for crazy money. Polo Ralph Lauren Double RL leather jackets go for crazy money. Double RL jackets in general can go for like thousands of dollars. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. There's a ton. That's more than 7K on RL and Bahamas. Yes. I sold Ralph Lauren made in the USA wool overcoat for $209. Let's go. You got a return package saying the address doesn't exist. Do you ever run into that issue? Yes. You reach out to the customer, ask them if they messed up on their address, and then you have to refund the customer and they got to reorder the package. It's really annoying, but it happens. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. I just subscribed and we'll be keeping up with your videos. Live long and prosper. Appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's go. What is double RL? RRL. Double RL is not double RL, it's RRL, and it's Ralph Lauren. It's one of their highest end lines. There's Ralph Lauren, double RL, there's Purple Label, there's Black Label. Those are like the 3 top end lines for Ralph Lauren pieces. Those are labels you're like really looking for. I got my desktop open now. Walk me through the promotion settings. If you don't care, yeah. So you're going to go to your... Hang on, I'll just flip my camera. I'll just flip the camera. Okay, this one's not showing. I'm not going to show Facebook and YouTube. It's just for TikTok. Boom. You're going to go to Marketing. You're going to go to Advertising Dashboard. You're going to click that Advertising Dashboard, and then all the way down at the bottom, here's your Create a New Campaign. And then I have mine set to 3% fixed. You see right there, 3% fixed, automated, fixed, active, and then you do continuous, and then when you go in, you make sure you click all of your listings. It's really easy and simple. So at the top of the thing, marketing, advertising dashboard, promoted listings will be at the very bottom. First, we'll talk about a certain type of blazer that sells well. It wasn't tweed, can't think of the fabric name. It's probably Moon. Moon might be one of them. Laurel Piana is another one. It's only 2 I can think of off the top of my head right now. If my package has not arrived, lost, how do I give it before? If my package has not arrived and is lost, how do I give it before I refund buyer on eBay? So the package is just lost. It's like stopped transit. It's not moving at all. Have the buyer open a case that says the item is lost in transit, and then eBay will open a case for them, and then it'll be like a certain period of time. I forget. It's like a week or 2 weeks where they keep that open, and then after that they'll force a refund from you because the item is lost in transit. If the item ever ends up being like if it arrives like 2 weeks later and you notice it, then reach back out to eBay and say, hey, my item arrived, and sometimes they'll refund you and they'll let the buyer keep the item. So just keep an eye on it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head off because Joey is awake right now. I can hear him, and Kayla wants to go to sleep. I know she wants to go to sleep because she's been up all day with him. So I'm gonna head off. I'll do this again tomorrow night. We'll hang out. We'll answer some questions. I'll get some work done, and yeah, I'll be live tomorrow morning shipping out my orders. Look out tomorrow morning. I'm working with a company tomorrow for shipping supplies. I'm starting to work with a new company, so come to the live tomorrow. I'm gonna have discount code for you guys and really good deals on ship. The last company I worked with, I got a lot of flack for it because people were like, they're colorful poly mailers, but they're too expensive. So I'm working with a company that has really cheap poly mailers, and then on top of that, I also have a discount code. So come back tomorrow morning, and see what company I'm working with, and see if you want to get some cheap poly mailers, and then we'll be shipping out my orders tomorrow morning on live. So appreciate you guys hanging out, and we'll catch you on the next one.